So we're in Advanced Steel 2020 and we have the Graitec Stairs and Railings BIM Designer installed for the 2020 version, and we're just looking at a very simple switchback stair here, and we're going to take a look at our wall railing macro that we provide. So here you can see I've just created very quickly just a staircase using our BIM Designer stair tool, straight flights, and then I've just added in some concrete elements here, and you can see that I've put some sort of setting outlines in here just to give an indication of where I wish the wall rail to run. So for clarity, I'm just going to go in and turn the walls off. So I'm just going to select those and then just turn those off in the system. So what we've done is obviously we've got a tow line, and we're trying to follow that tow line up here. So you can see these elements that I've put in, and I've put some break points in the lines as I'm going round to try and give some indication of where I would possibly like to put the split joints in the wall rail, so that we can make it intersections for the assembly on site, and obviously carrying it to and from and up and down the staircase before it physically gets bolted to the wall. So using the wall rail, we have an option here to do points, which is the one I'm going to demonstrate today. So I'm just going to pick the selection inputs here. So I'm picking the points of the rail, the start and the end, and obviously the crank points of the rail, so the change in direction from the straight to the slope. And with that, you can see that it's brought in a rail configuration here in the system, and you can see here that we've actually set our railing up as a default so it aligns to the top of the line. So the top of the rail is flush with the setting outline. So obviously, depending on which country you're in, which region, which statutory authority, you might have a different variable from the height, obviously coming up from the nosing or the landing level. So for purposes of this, I just set it at a meter just to show you that I could set it and make sure that it lined up with that particular setting out requirement. So that is actually controlled inside the dialog as well. You can change that if you so wish. So we have it under here, we have a vertical alignment set to outer edge. And there's obviously lots of other variables in here which will give a more in-depth explanation in either a further webinar or blog post with accompanying video. But just today I just wanted to show quickly how you can use the wall rail to insert it quite quickly into your model using a very simple 2D setting out line to start with, and then just selecting some points. Actually, you don't even need to select the lines that you're working with, you just need those as a guide reference. And again, we're just going to come round the well of the stair here, and then obviously it's pulling that back in. I'm just going to do the last one again, so I'm going to go down from this splice point here. I'm going to come pick a turn point here, obviously a crank down here, so this is the top of there, and obviously I'm coming down to this position here at the end of the stair. And obviously with that, it's just pulling that in, it's pulling that data from the library entry that I've actually created. So I've gone through all the various tabs in here and sub tabs, and I've set that up and I've stored this in here. So this is just one entry I did for a test, but you could store different configurations of rail within here, so different tube sizes. You could come in and obviously pick a completely different tube size in here, a different configuration for the plate. Even the bracket can be either a flat, square or round. The bolts and the anchors can be set as well. If you're coming under the connections, there's obviously different properties in here. You can get into anchors or bolts from under here as well and set those up. So there's lots of different variables that can be set and configured and then stored in the library, so you can quite quickly build your standards that you need to have in your particular fabrication environment. So you can see there the railing is put into the stair, into the actual well of the stair, and it's obviously aligned with the wall, and you can see the stair underneath it as well.